Hello, we are here to do a raw cereal recipe with Melissa from A Raw Lifestyle. It's a real simple recipe that you can put together. It does take a little bit of dehydration, but once it's done, you can put it in mason jars or something real quick, easy breakfast for the kids. Our kids love it. And so it's pretty fast to put together. Here, the ingredients that we're going to be using is some soaked buckwheat groats, raw buckwheat groats. Now these I have found a little bit hard to find. I can find them roasted. It's real hard to find them raw, so you want to be mindful of that. If you are trying to do a raw cereal, you want to make sure that you are getting the raw buckwheat and not overlooking the fact that they're roasted. Sometimes it will just say buckwheat, and then if you look at the ingredients it says roasted. So that's something to pay attention to. What I have here is 4 cups of raw buckwheat soaked for about an hour, and then all I did was strain it and rinse it. We're going to put that into the bowl, and it doesn't seem like a lot of liquid, and we're going to be putting some powders in here, but as the time goes on it releases more liquid. And so if you don't get this real thick, and if it looks like it's not enough liquid and you end up putting more liquid in it, it's going to release liquid and start running over the dehydrator sheet. And so it's really important for it to be thick so that it doesn't get too wet. Now I'm going to put in some raw protein. We normally put in 2 full scoops of raw protein. I'll let Melissa put in just the rest of what's in there, because that's probably about 2 scoops, but it's on the end of it, so
just about 2.
Yeah, just about 2. Now what we'll do is we'll put in 1 cup of raw sugar, about a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and then I'm going to put in almond butter. You can put in, this we get from Trader Joe's. You guys have seen a lot me talking a lot about Trader Joe's almond butter in my pregnancy videos, but if you don't have that available to you, you can always make your own just by putting almonds in a food processor and letting it run until it's nice and creamy. It will get to the point where you think it's not working and it's kind of stops moving and it looks like it's not going to work. If you let it continue after that, then it'll turn into creamy almond butter. So we use this for some French toast this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'll let Melissa just put the rest of that jar. So it's about a half a jar of raw almond butter.
You were saying the cost too at Trader Joe's is $7 for the jar, which is very inexpensive compared to what I found where I'm from. It's almost $20 for a jar, so it's a very good value.
Yeah, that's kind of why we buy it, because I can make it for about the same cost, but it's just a lot easier to let someone else make it if it is raw, and it is from Trader Joe's. It's Trader Joe's brand, and so all of Trader Joe's brand is GMO free, so I'm very confident in the product. But if it is expensive for you, then I would definitely make it yourself. And I'm going to start with about 1 cup of ground flax, and then we're going to mix this up and see if it is enough flax. And that's really all the ingredients that's in here, but it tastes, oh actually I forgot the cinnamon. I do put cinnamon. It's kind of similar to Cinnamon Toast Crunch if you're used to sad food cereals and you know what Cinnamon Toast Crunch tastes like. Oh, I probably should have measured that, but that's how I am. I would say about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Do you think that's about 2 teaspoons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
About 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. You can also add maybe some other flavors if you wanted to. You could put chocolate in here, maybe some cacao and a little bit of mesquite if you wanted like a chocolate cereal. I have done that before, I think only once, but it made it kind of taste, if you put the almond butter and you put some cacao and mesquite, it kind of tastes a little bit like Reese cup, those Reese balls.
Oh, like the Reese Puffs.
Yeah, the Reese Puffs cereal. I can't remember the name of it. It used to be Rigo's favorite, but I can't remember the name of it. So let's see. That is real thick, so that should be plenty of.
It smells really, really good.
Kids love to lick this bowl after. Now, this actually seems a little thicker than normal, but I think the reason why is because I only soaked the buckwheat for an hour. It will still release liquid. And we are going to be taking this, Rigo and I are about to go to Hawaii in a couple days, and we're going to be taking this with us. And so I don't want it soft at all. I do want a hard, crunchy cereal, so this is perfect. But depending on what you like, if it is a little bit drier, you can always put a little, put a little bit of water, but I wouldn't put too much because it will release lots of fluid. I've done that before and it ended up dripping all over the dehydrator and making a mess, and the cereal never got hard. And so I rather have less mess. So I just saw where it was already starting to release and kind of bind together. And then what we'll do is we just put it on a dehydrator sheet, and so you can see it's real thick. It looks real dry, but when it comes out, it binds together really well. And so I just put it on the dehydrator sheet, pat it out, kind of like that. Put it into the squares, and then when it's done, I cut it into tiny little squares like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then we'll use that in a bowl with some almond milk for breakfast. And so we'll be back to show you the final product when it comes out of the dehydrator. Here's the cereal after flipping it and just coming out of the dehydrator. Now we'll break it up and put it in a jar so that we can have it when we're ready.